Hello, I'm Metin Gürkün. I'm the Director of Center for Biomedical Informatics at Wake Forest School of Medicine. Our Center for Biomedical Informatics contributes to Wake Forest Baptist Health's evolution as a learning health system. We have three strategic goals. To catalyze research, we integrate resources for research informatics across Wake Forest and synergistically support the informatics needs of other research centers, departments, and institutes. We facilitate biomedical discovery across the spectrum of informatics. As a result, we have developed a rich portfolio of externally funded research in the area of biomedical informatics. We are extremely passionate about education. We support and inspire the training of the next generation of investigators in the principles and practice of biomedical informatics and establish formal and informal educational opportunities. We organize or participate in several medical research activities both internally at Wake Forest and nationally and internationally. You can always see our faculty, staff, and trainees presenting the latest advances in biomedical informatics at the most prestigious conferences and meetings. Our research is cutting edge. We both contribute to and utilize the latest advances in informatics and artificial intelligence for more accurate, consistent, and timely detection, diagnosis, prognosis, treatment, and prevention of diseases.
Hello, my name is Brian Wells. I am an associate professor in the Department of Biostatistics and Data Science. I also serve as one of the associate program directors for the Center for Biomedical Informatics. My background is I was trained as a family physician. I have a PhD in epidemiology. I spend some of my time supervising residents as a preceptor in the family medicine clinic at Piedmont Plaza. One of my major roles in the Center for Biomedical Informatics involves education. I run an annual informatics short course. We're currently completing this year's short course, which is a hands-on sessions for machine learning using R. In terms of research, most of my work involves analysis of electronic health record data, either for looking at patient outcomes or for creating risk prediction models. I'm very interested in empowering patients. I'm a current PI on an AHRQ funded project where we are applying a risk calculator we created in our own electronic health record system that identifies patients who have never been diagnosed with diabetes, but who appear like they would be at high risk for having elevated hemoglobin A1C values. We are doing targeted screening for the high-risk patients using HIPAA-compliant text messaging with Twilio, where patients have the choice of going straight to the lab to have an A1C screening done if they're interested, something I'm calling direct-to-patient clinical decision support. I'm also funded by the CDC for diabetes surveillance, and I'm funded by a Boehringer Ingelheim project where we're looking at COPD outcomes for patients after admissions for acute exacerbations of COPD. Thank you.
Hello everybody, this is Adit Niyazi and I'm an assistant professor of biomedical informatics and internal medicine. I earned my PhD in medical image analysis from Uppsala University, followed by a postdoc in imaging informatics from The Ohio State University. I'm with Wake Forest School of Medicine since 2018. At Wake, I'm responsible for advising graduate students, mentoring postdocs, teaching graduate level courses, and managing computational resources. I'm also a member of Clinical Image Analysis Lab. This lab provides an excellent environment if you are interested in image analysis research. As far as my research is concerned, I'm interested in developing methods for image analysis and their applications towards medicine and biology. For the last few years, I have dedicated most of my time towards developing deep learning methods for computational pathology. Currently, I'm developing mathematical models that incorporate information from images, clinical covariates, and genomics to accurately predict different medical conditions. For more information, please visit my webpage or contact me via email.
Hello, my name is Eric Topol Ola, and I'm an associate professor of cancer biology, biostatistics and data science, and biomedical engineering. I also serve as an associate director for the Center for Biomedical Informatics. In this role at WFBMI, I help researchers to translate the findings across the healthcare from molecules to populations, dealing with a variety of biological systems and bridging research findings into practice. Machine learning approaches have many application areas from clinical data analysis to decision support and genomics. We have been working on several machine learning projects, including natural language processing approaches to extract concepts and relationships from the clinical nodes and using predictive models for information retrieval. Some examples of our published projects include smoking status detection, identifying genomic mutation-associated cancer treatment changes, and adverse event detection that is caused by the cancer immunotherapies. Recently, we have started looking into utilizing similar approaches to improve clinical research recruitment. Secondly, the computational phenotype predictions, particularly deep learning-based machine learning approaches, have hopes and promise of identifying potential linkages between disease groups and genetic variations to predict the outcome or responses to a treatment. We study federated machine learning methods and their application by developing and testing cloud-based informatics infrastructures to identify and process biomedical data across the organization without a need to share patient data, which is a cumbersome process due to patient data privacy concerns and regulations. This infrastructure allows investigators to train and test deep learning-based predictive models and computable phenotypes, utilizing the clinical and sequencing data across multiple institutions in a privacy-preserving fashion that take advantage of large sample size from participating institutions. And lastly, clinical data in EHR employs collection of methods and systems that often produces highly dissimilar data with varying quality. Poor data quality can result in the inefficient use of research data or can even require the repetition of performed studies. My research aims to improve secondary data use of EHR for clinical and translation research by promoting clinical research informatics solution and their EHR integration across the translational research spectrum that utilizes common data elements, ontologies, and other semantic interoperability capabilities. Standardizing biomedical data will foster semantic integration and interoperability among the system towards biomedical advancements.
Hi, I'm Brian Chesapeake. I am the Informatics Program Director within the Clinical and Translational Science Institute and the Center for Biomedical Informatics. I have a team of about 12 people, and we run the Translational Data Warehouse. This is a data warehouse for research. We aggregate data from our clinical systems as well as outside sources, anything that can aid the research at the institution. We have different groups under me which do various things from doing data requests to extract data out of the system, being honest brokers to de-identify data if it needs to be, or transport data between researchers here and other institutions. We do custom programming for some studies. We also run an internship program. Every summer we have between 6 and 15 students that we bring in to help learn about informatics. They work on their own project with an assigned mentor. We pull from high school all the way up through graduate students from across the USA. It's been very successful. We also leverage our translational data warehouse to participate in clinical research networks. These are groups of several academic medical institutions or industry partners that work together to pool data in aggregate for answering research questions. Recently, a lot of these have expanded to include specific sub-warehouses that kind of address COVID-19 in particular. And overall, you think that we might have less work with everybody off work, working at home, and doing other things during this lockdown. But the number of data requests we've served for COVID-19 projects has been substantial over the past 2 months. That's the bulk of the effort that we've been doing recently. The other studies are still going on, of course, but we've been really addressing how to handle this outbreak and how to measure it and apply that data to learning how to deal with future outbreaks.